first female vice president. Happy International Women's Day morning.
Break that down. And President Kennedy.
Please, let's start. Lomeki Lomo the first, divisional king for Ada traditional area. We also have Nana Ojidom Ama Chechewa the first, the one Asylum traditional area. We have Nana Washi the third, Kobo Shama traditional council. We have Nanempia Asumwabia the first, a traditional area. We have Mama Jutro the third, from the Water region. We have Dolochi Abudu the first from the Boli traditional area in Savannah. I'm sorry, I think I can do justice to your name. We have Mamaga Trawa the fourth, Karma Queen Mother from the Ade traditional area. We have Tintoni Na Hajia Sarutu.
Again. It is International Women's Day again. It is a day for all nations, Ghana included, to reflect and to take action going forward. It is a day by recognizing our achievements and going beyond what lays undone and ensuring that they are also done. It is a day to celebrate the historical, social, economic, cultural and political contributions of all women, and in our context of Ghanaian women, of Gold Coast women, of women who didn't have such names at the time. All over the century, while we also acknowledge persistent difficulties. Sometimes I wonder, all those who have come before us, what opportunities did they have? What contexts did they live in? Today we have challenges, yes, I admit them. But what challenges did they have? Assuming they didn't confront their challenges, maybe we wouldn't be here. So in everything we do and in all I urge, from expanding women's leadership and economic empowerment to ensuring girls' education, reproductive health rights, and protection from gender-based violence and other interventions, our progress must be inclusive and sustained. I wish, for example, that on many more days, we'll discuss the issues that affect women and not leave them to one day in the year. This milestone, the milestone we want to achieve as a country through an inclusive and sustained method, is highlighted by an intersectional, intergenerational women's dialogue, which aims at resetting the agenda for all of us, uplifting all Ghanaian girls and women, whether they are students, babies, parents, traders, farmers or fisherfolk, people in other professions, homemakers or rulers, regardless their backgrounds and abilities or disabilities. They all matter. We must choose to end all forms of violence against women and girls, in whatever form it may take, in whatever rationale we can profess for it, whether human trafficking, domestic violence, accusations of witchcraft, and the resulting instant justice, child marriage, female genital mutilation, or sexual violence. All of these demand our sustained action. Beyond decrying these unhelpful practices, we must interrogate whether there is any reason to justify these and to see them persist like incurable diseases in the space of women in their lives. We must try to tackle the problems at their roots. Ignoring the needs of girls and women, obstructing their pathways to advancement, killing their dreams and clipping their wings. Remember Maya Angelou's novel, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. Enforcing women's acceptance of mediocrity, refusing even to encourage them, glamorizing systems that keep us at the bottom. All of these also constitute unacceptable forms of violence against women, and they require urgent action. Today, we stand in solidarity with women and girls. We must live in dignity. We must be intolerant of any form of violence against girls and women, whether in our homes, in our schools, places of work, places of worship, communities, and any place in our nation. It is time for women, it is time for men too, boys and girls, to choose to end such violations of fundamental human rights. That's the right to grow, the right to choose what helps, the right to contribute to your community, the right to contribute to your nation. It should not be seen as an aberration. We should encourage that. We should applaud and encourage those who step forward. If we strengthen our legal systems, ease access to justice, and guarantee advancement of girls and women, if above all, I suggest, we sustain public dialogue on our achievements as well as on our challenges. If we stop denying, if we stop pretending that our problems don't exist and they surface only one day in the year, we will not be on our way to confronting persistent issues going beyond debates, one-day celebrations, and rather launch into effective action. I advocate strong public education on this topic. We must take decisive action towards lasting and effective solutions that move our nations forward. We must isolate the reasons, for example, as the rep from UNICEF raised, about the high dropout rates among girls in our schools. If you look at the trajectory, at the foundation, we are all there. And as we move up, why do we not move up too? How come in the end, the image we leave is that of an isosceles triangle? You all remember our math classes? Broad-based thing. And what do we do with the few who rise to that top? It's very important. And it is interesting that the recommendations outlined in the final report of the Beijing platform some 30 years ago still remain. They are still valid. We haven't made as much progress as we ought to. There is work ahead, distinguished ladies, and I trust that we'll all put our hands to the wheel and get the work done. Or you don't agree? You know, there's a topic some of us can speak on forever, but we don't have forever. We have a few hours in the afternoon. Gender-sensitive pedagogy in schools and training facilities is an essential tool towards addressing the gaps in the training system and curbing the recurring problems of dropout rates among girls, for example. Now to think that the natural menstrual cycle of a girl poses a threat to her advancement in education is not acceptable. It was the government of the National Democratic Congress.
The focus of our discussion today will center on a theme that resonates deeply with the challenges and opportunities of our time: resetting the agenda for women, accelerating action on women's rights, equity, and empowerment. This theme is not just a call to reflect on how far we've come, but more importantly, a call to action. While we have made many significant progress in advancing the rights and well-being of women, we must acknowledge that there is still much more to be done. The world continues to grapple with inequalities that hinder women's full participation in society. These challenges are multifaceted, spanning issues of education, healthcare, economic opportunities, and perhaps most critically, the fight for gender equality in every corner of our world. However, today is not just about identifying challenges. It is about accelerating action. This dialogue aims at resetting the agenda for women, reaffirming our commitment to advocating for gender equity, women's rights, and their empowerment, and identifying the concrete steps we must take to turn these commitments into lasting transformative change. We are here to create a space for honest conversation, for shared insights, and for collective wisdom that will inspire new actionable strategies. Our collective goal is to ensure that women not only have equal rights, but are fully empowered to shape our destinies and contribute meaningfully to every sector of society. As we discuss how we can reset the agenda for women, let us remind ourselves that this is not an abstract concept. It is about women, real lives, and the real impact we can have when we work together. Whether it is through policy changes, shifting societal norms, or empowering women economically and politically, every single action counts. Your voices, your commitment, and your actions are critical in achieving the progress we seek. I encourage you all to engage each other, share your insights,